Aesthetic. The philosophical theory or set of principles governing the idea of beauty at a given time and place. The clean lines, bare surfaces, and sense of space. Hey, welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do a video about Instagram. I love Instagram. I'm an avid user of Instagram. I post at least once a week. So I decided to do a video on it. So basically I'm going to be talking about the app or apps that I use to edit my Instagram pictures and kind of give you little tips on how you can improve your Instagram feed, aesthetic, theme. What else do they call these things? I don't know. When I first started my Instagram, I'm not even gonna lie, my pictures were crap. Like, it was just like, how do I get my feed to look better? And it just wasn't looking better. It wasn't even looking good. And I was like, oh, what is this? Maybe I need this camera. Maybe I need that camera. Oh my goodness. What if I get the Sony? What if I get the Nikon? What if I get the Canon? Okay, after I get this Canon, oh wow, maybe I should increase my lighting. Why is it that my white backgrounds don't look like white backgrounds? Why is it my yellow backgrounds look weird? I just used to ask myself so many questions until I got to a point where I was actually comfortable with the way my Instagram looked, and I was actually happy with the way my Instagram looked. And I was like, okay, I need to share this with the world, and you are the world, so I'm sharing this with you. Right now, my feed kind of looks like this. So most of my photos, I actually use my iPhone 6 to take. Like maybe one or two I use my professional grade camera to take, and you cannot even tell the difference between my iPhone pictures and my actual camera. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to show you basically how I take my pictures. So first I have my handy dandy iPhone 6. Then I go to the camera app. I don't use any like Camera Plus, all those apps. I just use a basic camera app. So this is what I feel when people are taking pictures with the iPhone. What happens is you forget to clean your camera. Like you look at your camera and you're like, oh well, it doesn't really need to be cleaned or anything. But you forget that you're on your phone all the time, like talking, and your ear is pressed to like right here, especially for selfies, and sometimes your hand is like right here and you don't even realize it. So by the time you want to take a picture, it's blurry and you're like, oh, what's going on? Why is this picture blurry? Okay, well, I'm just gonna take it. And then you realize like your picture or your selfie is blurry. So I suggest the first thing, number one, clean your camera. That's the first step I do. Second thing I do is I make sure that the image that I'm about to take is clean and like set up in a certain way where it matches my feed. Now, second thing is, and the most important thing is focus. So basically for you to get focus, obviously you tap your iPhone screen and then you'll see the little box and it'll come up, focus. So you tap it and then you take a picture. So depending on where or what lighting you want, you can move that box around to kind of play with it. Like some people, when they want like a wider background, they put the box on the background and it makes the person bright. Or you put the box on the lower part of the person and the background will be bright automatically. That's the second step, making sure that the camera is focused. After step one, cleaning your camera, step two, focusing, you then go into editing. So what I do is I go into Vscocam or Vscocam or Vscocam. I just call it Vscocam. I don't even know how many pronunciations there are. So I go into there, I add the photo that I just took, and what I do is I edit it. I have a very colorful feed, so most of the presets I use are like from C1 to C6 to C8. Now, you have to take a sharp picture. If you don't take a sharp picture, take
it like 700 times.
So just make sure that that image is sharp, and then after you put it in Vscocam, then what happens is you sharpen it even more because there is no amount of sharpness that you can give a picture. Okay, I lied. Don't sharpen it too much because then the image starts to look like But some people have their own cameras where they take their camera everywhere and they take pictures that way. But after I take it in, I edit it, I sharpen it a little bit. I make sure I'm actually doing it while I'm doing it so I don't miss any steps. I tweak the skin tone, make sure that my skin isn't looking like darker or lighter. Just make sure everything is good. Then I save it to my camera roll. Then I go onto the Instagram app and all I do is upload it. So basically, when I upload it, I don't use any Instagram filters, because I don't really believe in it. So I also sharpen it through there. I sometimes mess with the saturation through the Instagram app, and that's basically it. So also, I feel like if you really want to get your feed, pick a color you like. Like I know that a lot of people pick white, and they're like, okay, well, I want all my feed to be white, or like really like have that blown out white look. Then take all your pictures on a white background. I suggest like getting a backdrop or like getting a piece of fabric and like ironing it, making sure like the lighting is the best type of lighting. So that's kind of something that I suggest. If you want like a lot of colorful backgrounds, I suggest going to places. Like I mostly just go around. Like I live in Baltimore, so I go everywhere. Like I'm such a roamer. Like I could drive down the street, and if I see a blue background, a yellow background, green, I stop. I don't care where it is. 2 blocks away, 1 block away, I will stop and I'll go out of my car and I'll take a picture. Take most of your pictures during the daytime. That also really helps. So I do suggest, like, if you're looking for ways to like revamp your Instagram and you're like, oh my gosh, how do I get all these nice pictures? Honestly, put more time into taking the pictures, because once you put more time into taking the pictures, then guess what? You kind of get a nicer feed, you know? Pick a color, pick 2 colors, and you're like, okay, all my Instagram feed is gonna have these certain colors in it, and just move your feed around. Sometimes I don't obey these rules. So at the end of the day, be creative, be yourself, be happy, just take fun pictures. Colored backgrounds are everywhere. I mean, really everywhere. So just mess around with that. Also, I actually just, my biggest inspiration actually is just color. Like I love color so much that I try to incorporate it in everything. Like my house is colored, like most of my stuff are colored. And honestly, just do what you can with what you have, you know, like I do. So I really do hope you enjoyed this video and I did not talk your head off, and I really do hope that this helped. And if it did not, please leave any questions you have about anything I discussed in this video, and I will get back to it, and I'll answer all the questions you have. So if there's anything in the video where you're just like, okay, she said this, but then how do I do this? Comment section and let me know. So have a great day.
It's Young John, the wicked producer. Hey, yo, ma, whoop it. Hey, yo, ma, whoop it.